Everybody, welcome to another video here on the channel. This deck, Izzet PONZA, is something I'm looking forward to play dearly. I usually hate PONZA. PONZA is known to be a land destruction deck. That's what you call PONZA in Magic. I don't know where the name stems from. But we have 4 Field of Ruin and 4 Cleansing Wildfire here. 2 mana destroy target land. Its controller may search a library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle, draw a card. Which is pretty good in a format where people play like almost no basic lands, like all these Esper decks and then Grixis and what have you, and they have like 1 plains or 1 swamp, and you can maybe just completely destroy them by destroying all their basics. So yeah, this is what the deck is trying to do. I found this on it made top 8 actually in the Crokeyz tournament on the weekend. So this is where I have this list from. To round out everything else, we have a bunch of removal, Expressive Iteration to draw us into more stuff, Memory Deluge, Big Score, Prismari Command, Celestus, a little bit of card selection and card draw here. And we have Burn Down the House as a big sweeper. And we have Lier to flashback all the removal, or to just finish with, and to also flashback Cleansing Wildfire, of course. And we also have Arcane Bombardment, which we can deploy and then start casting spells and exile spells from our graveyard and then blow up more creatures if we exile removal, or blow up lands if we exile the Cleansing Wildfire. Also quite good with Big Score, of course. So yeah, it's just all about destroying lands and creatures and just surviving until the late game. There's certainly some things that I'm curious about. For example, Galvanic Iteration doesn't see itself here at all. Galvanic Iteration with Cleansing Wildfire seems kind of decent. Like turn 4, just Galvanic, copy, boom, boom. And I mean, you have Big Score in your deck. It just makes sense to play Galvanic, right? Otherwise, I initially I saw the basic lands, which that is very low, 6 basics when we have, I just gotta exchange these lands, when we have so many cards that matter with basics, like Cleansing Wildfire. We need basics in our land too, in our deck too, Field of Ruin as well. So if we repeatedly use these effects, we might run out of basics ourselves, especially if we draw like 2 basics. So I think I'm going to cut the Sokenzan. I know Sokenzan is not a good card anyways. So I'm not like too sad to see it go. We have 6, 10, 14 blue sources. That is very, very low. 6, 10, 14, 15. Yeah, that's low. So we have the same in red. No, we don't. We have 12, 14, 17. We have 14 blue, 17 red. I guess we have Field of Ruin as a sort of fixer, but I think I'm going to play another island to make my mana a little better there. I guess, okay, to be fair, I guess the Cleansing Wildfire fixes blue as well. So in red we have a fixer for blue, so that means we want to have more red sources, because this can destroy land on turn 2 and then just get us that island if we need it. So sideboard, we have some Smoldering Eggs against aggro, some more Fading Hopes, Memory Deluge, Negate. Reckoner Bankbuster, just for control, I suppose. Out of the way against green permanents. Burning Hands as well there. Tempted by the Oriq. I suppose that's good against auras. But that one is very difficult to cast. I mean, it's in general good against any creature deck, I suppose. Mono green. But it's kind of difficult to cast. I'll leave the list mostly as is. I just changed 1 basic. We can talk about it afterwards again. Maybe I see more things that I like, or maybe I see things that I don't like. And in the end, it's usually best to just play the deck first and then make complaints, right? You know, like, what is my credibility if I don't know the deck whatsoever? Well, yeah, okay, I have all my Magic theory, I can look at it, but in the end, it's obviously better to talk about the deck after I had some games in and tried it and actually see how it plays out. You can see a lot from just looking at it, especially if you have like infinite Magic experience like me. I've played this game for 7 years straight. That's my sort of full-time job. And But still, it's good to yeah, play it yourself. Oh my god, I absolutely despise getting paired against red-green PONZA, which is a deck in Historic, which is like red-green, and they play Llanowar Elf into Stone Rain, literal Stone Rain, 3 mana, destroy target land. Oh my god, I hate it so much. And they have that Ruin Blaster, Goblin Ruin Blaster. Oh. Like when your lands get blown up, it's just ugh, so annoying. I just want to play Magic. What is this nonsense? On the play, on the play, I don't love this hand. I think I have to mulligan here. Not much better, but we'll take it. I guess I'll just play this tapped. I don't know what my opponent's up to. Scumbag. Deserted Beach. That might be good news for Different. Alright. I think I'll just go in the upkeep and blow up the Deserted Beach. No mercy. They might. I think these lists don't even play islands, you know? And if they don't play islands, this might be their only blue source. And then they couldn't cast like Kaito or Rafine or what have you. I guess I get an island. I mean, I do have a lot more red, but yeah, I might use this Otawara. If I like draw a bunch of lands, then I might want to use this Otawara, and I want the island for the Lier, of course. See, they have a plains here, and they can't. Oh, it's angels. I see. Oh yeah, let's go. I mean, angels might have more, I suppose. Angels might have more lands to fetch. We'll see. I mean, they're playing Esper though, so they won't have that many. Ah, they have another plains. All right. It definitely feels cheesy to do what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just gonna burn down. Take my 2 for 1. Big score is a nice draw. But I can't allow them to have the Valkyrie in play for another turn, because then they go over burn down range with their life total potentially. And that'd be bad. So I couldn't like big score there. Fading Hope. I mean, I could have bounced 2 for, I guess. Abrade. Angels get double strike. Alright, how about we discard this Flame Blast Bolts? Doesn't look very good in this matchup. Arcane Bombardment. Nice. To be fair, this card gets hit by Vanishing Verse, which is not great. Alright, I'll just kill this right now. No mercy. I don't want to get hit for 6 if I can, and they're tapped out of blue right now, so I'll just kill it. Who knows? Maybe they play Negate main deck. Who knows? Not insane. Looks, so far could be the Esper list that I played, huh? Let me just see how many basics I played in my Esper Angels. Just, I mean, there's no guarantee they play that list, but maybe. I play only 1 plains and 1 swamp, so they're playing 2 plains, so they already don't seem to be playing my list. 3 mana up, 4 cards in hand. Suspicious. Where do I start? I think I should start here. They do have something. Not a big score. And a burn down. Do they have counter magic? I think I'll just try my luck. It would definitely not be great if they have a counter here, but I mean, I still have 2 haymakers in hand. Oh, okay. And now we really can go nuts with Lier or Bombardment. Bombardment just... I play Bombardment, play a spell, it triggers, and then they Vanishing Verse. You know what I mean? Like, that's not great. If they tap themselves out, I can technically... Okay. That's a Flame Blast Bolt target. I never saw this artwork. Okay. I can just kill these. Just be the control player. They seem to be sitting on removal, don't they? Which, I mean, I have Fading Hope. I can just play Lier. And then Expressive. And then they kill it. Yeah, I will just do that. And then I have Fading Hope. Oh no, really? Alright, I'll kill that off. And then I'm Fading on my Lier. Yeah, if they have another Bombardment, that's cool. Like, sorry, if they have another Verse. Then, what I wanted to, where I was going is then a Bombardment at least doesn't get killed. But they don't seem to have another one. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That was a good Lier. Expressive Iteration, good magic card. Play this tapped. Just want to make land drops, you know. With Lier in play, you always want to make land drops. With Lier in your deck, in your hand. Alright. They realized it. Okay. What's good, what's bad? Fading Hope, kind of decent, I think. Negate, not too bad either. Battle of Frost and Fire. I mean, I already have 4 burn on. That's a lot of sweepers, by the way. That's a lot of sweepers. Tempted by the Oriq. That card's good. What's bad? So, Bolts, good against Giada, but that's about it. Braid, also not that good. Good against Linvala, I suppose. Prismari Command. I think the Bombardment is a little... I don't know, clunky. I don't know about the Cleansing Wildfire, to be honest. They have 2 planes. Is that a plan? I'm not boarding that out. I'm not boarding that out. Okay, let's play another Fading Hope. I kind of like the Lier more than the Bombardment. Lier, I can Fading Hope back to my hand, you know. And it also flashbacks all these wildfires. I could play Tempted. I mean... Stealing a 4/4, pretty good. That's a lot of burn downs. I'll cut 1 burn down. Negate is tempting. Egg just gets Vanishing Verse. I think they keep the Vanishing Verse in, right? Let's just play all these Fading Hopes. Probably not. Negate, it's probably lackluster. It just doesn't seem that good. Like, it counters some things, but not that many. I'll cut a big score. I'm a little scared by counter magic. Like, what if they have like spell pierces, etc., etc., duresses? Memory Deluge is sort of that anti-hate card, because hey, this has flashback, so you have to exile it, and if you counter it, I still have the flashback mode. And with big score, like if I cast that and they counter it, you know, I lose 2 cards. So I kind of like the idea of going low on the big score, going higher on the Memory Deluge, just be a little bit more defended against things. Giada, please. Nein, nein, nicht du, Giada. Du nicht, du bist nervig. Na gut, alright. No. I want burn down, I guess. I want to buy time until burn down. Good. Will I have enough time? We'll see, I suppose. This will be a 3-5. And then I play another angel and then, yeah. But I have the Fading Hope to bounce it, I guess. And they're black-white so far. There's Giada. And that's it. Just Giada. Okay. Alright. What do I do? I think I cast Big Score. And discard Big Score or Deluge? I think Big Score. They can't counter it right now. Then we can bolt the Giada. Bounce the Valkyrie, and then I play these two, and then I kill them. With the burn down next turn. And then we have Deluge to refill. Elspeth. Okay. This can bounce a Planeswalker. Okay. Yeah.
Show him what you got.
Lifelink. No, thank you. Like, when you're on the draw, it's kind of tough to justify playing or activating Field of Ruin, Cleansing Wildfire, right? If your opponent puts pressure on you, there's much less time to do those fancy things. I can bounce the Elspeth here if I want to. And then wipe the board. The extra counter from Elspeth doesn't do anything right now, so they can do it, I guess. Because it doesn't give extra toughness that survives the burn down. So I can let them make the decision here. I obviously rather have the minus on the Elspeth, so I can kill it with burn down. Yep.
I know there's a hero inside you.
So the question is now, do I bounce the Elspeth? I probably won't. I'll just do this and then... Cleansing Wildfire. They have a Plains. They also have 2 manlands. So we're gonna wipe the boards. They play more angels, we burn down again, kill the Elspeth off. We have a bounce anyways in our hand, so I don't need this Fading Hope that much, I think. And I have an Abrade. But I guess it's nice to have Fading Hope right here, just in case. Just in case for something, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's okay, it's okay. I really like the idea of going this route though. Cleansing Wildfire is a card I totally forgot even exists, right? And then Field of Ruin, yeah. And you just blow up lands. People only have like 2 basics in their deck. And you flash them back with Lier or Arcane Bombardment. It's definitely funny. Yeah, alright. Burn on number 2, coming in clutch. Ah, alright. I wanted to blow up lands. There's something satisfying about it, to be honest with you. There's something like, you're not supposed to do that, you know what I mean? Like, and because you're not supposed to do that in a way, it's like shunned on. It's kind of more enticing to do. So yeah, I'll just do the thing that's people hate, or I do the thing that I personally hate people doing to me. Because maybe I get a thrill out of that. It's like, yeah, okay, this is how it feels, huh? Yeah, now I have the power. No, seriously, if you see me playing Historic on stream, for example, in the past or in the future, I go so mad if I get paired against PONZA. Oh my god, I get so mad. I'm just like, what is... Who? Like, it's not a good deck, right? In Historic, it's clearly a bad deck. It always has been. So it's like, oh my god, why do you even do it? But I play almost exclusively decks that are like bad against PONZA, so I don't know how I do it, but yeah, that's how it is. Interesting. I guess it's this. Jund. I mean, it's a tricolor deck, so it can't have that many basics. Destroy. Oh, Holostone Lens. Perfect timing. This is just good fun. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! No basics! I think my opponent's gonna make some deck building decisions after this game. Oh my god, oh no, oh yes, yes, this is what I'm here for. Do we let him have 1 land? I say no, no land. Hello. Oh yes. Oh my god, I'm in heaven right now. Oh, I'm in heaven. Now we just gotta find a way to kill them. Oh, this is good. This is good. I mean, this is probably how the player who played this deck made top 8, you know? Just people didn't have any basics. You saw it blow it up, destroy your creature, and that's it. The end of the story. Jund. I don't think Tempted by Oriq is very good here. Arcane Bombardment could be good though. Like, I mean, they don't have an answer to it, right? But it's still a 6-drop on the draw. Slow. Let's play Burning Hands, I guess. Negate, not too crazy, I would say. Burn Down House is very good in this matchup, I think. Lier probably too. Well, in any case, we have land destruction. I mean, just have some land destruction, and that's gonna be the end for my opponent for it, I think. Yes, please. I have 2 land destruction, I keep. I mean, Cleansing Wildfire is literally broken when your opponent doesn't have any basics. Like, what? 2 mana destroy land, draw a card. That's broken. Fading Orb is kind of neat as well. Like, okay, you can have your card back. Wait, what? Oh yeah, no, sorry. Oh, what am I saying? This doesn't need me to have basics in my deck. Right. It only needs me to have basics in my deck if I blow my own land up. How? I was just confused, sorry. Yeah, like this. In any case. I think black is more valuable than red. This is stupid though. Like, okay, so 6 basics should be enough. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 6 basics should be plenty then. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't need to add a basics. That was... Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Play with the cards first before you make complaints. Sure. So dirty. Oh my god. I can't. I should have taken the pathway, by the way, but it's a small punt, I guess. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so disgusting. Oh my god. I can't believe it. What am I doing? Oh. Ooh. The pain. I feel the pain. Oh, my opponent's gotta be so mad. Oh gosh. That's beautiful. That's beautiful magic right there. Oh my god. Crokeyz 76. Nice, nice, nice. I'm not getting paired against the same players over and over again. Enough people are in Mythic now. I'm on the play. Yeah, on the draw I would mulligan. On the play this is like keepable. It's not great, but it's keepable I think. It's missing the crucial 2-drop of course. On the draw I would just mulligan the Sand Snap. Sanders Lounge, okay, Grixis this time. Let's see how many basics you got. Yeah, let's slash it. You have July Disruption? Make disappear. Okay. Grixis with make disappear. Wondering. Alright. Burn down the house. July Disruption. Alright, you're playing a control deck, I guess. Like weird control deck. Maybe has Fable as well. Well, if I get this Arcane Bombardment out onto the board against this Grixis opponent, it's gonna be lights out. That I'm sure about. So let's do that next turn. They have a Javari. I mean, if they have their mana up, I can't, I guess, but yeah. Do I just pass with big score? I could just slam the bombardment, but I mean they have make disappear in the deck, so no. I guess no. I'll just pass with big score. Let's see what they do. They don't do anything, okay. Let's kill that off. I don't want to have them make disappear, sack that Wandering Mind. Like if they have one, they have two, they have more than one, right? So I'll do this now, discard the Fading Orb. You have a counterspell? Use it. No? Okay. I mean, you only live once, right? Okay. I guess I want to kill the only black source. And now Arcane Bombardment trigger, please. What is it? Nice. Nice. Aww, I wanted to see more of your deck. It looked kind of cool. Too bad. Well. Burn down, cut it down to 2 copies, I don't know. Fading Hope, probably not that good here. Bankbuster, I probably want. Abrade, Thundering Rebuke. I don't know exactly what's going on over there. I'll just board Negates, I guess. Memory Deluge. Bombardment seems good. Do I want Smoldering Egg? Burn down usually not very good against a deck like that. Smoldering Egg. Smoldering Egg. Celestus, Prismari Command, Abrade. Smoldering Egg. Against Grixis. Might win the game, might also just get killed by whatever. I'll just keep it out like this. We'll just want to draw a bunch of Cleansing Wildfires, please. No, thank you. I mean, I have a feel for it. That fetches me blue. Alright, fine. I'll keep it. Memory Deluge is like my best card in the matchup, likely. What about the Spikefield? I guess I'll keep it around. Maybe they have something like Hermit. I can kill a Wandering Mind. Right. Whoa, that was my stomach. Okay. Do I just blow a land to heaven here? I guess so. I'm playing PONZA. I'm not here to think. I'm doing. Nah, they have none. Alright. That was to be suspected, I suppose. Another wildfire. I just use this moment to do this, I think. Spell Pierce? No, I was about to concede. Should I do this? Should I not? It's pretty bad if they actually like it. Yeah. No, I should not. The treasures are too valuable, I think. Yeah, I gotta say, land destruction not so good if they have a creature that makes a treasure every attack. Oh, okay. I see. I know sort of what this deck is like. I've played this once in a YouTube video as well. Izzet Fable. But they're playing Grixis for... Have you seen a black card yet? We have not. I don't know why, but yeah. They have their reasons, I'm sure. Okay, 6 cards in hand, that's a lot. I guess I'll just blow this up. Yeah. Would have been nice if we had like 1 removal to kill this creature, because the treasure is really valuable here for my opponent. But we did not, because we're so incredibly unlucky. That's okay. Oh, they play big score. That's gonna be negatable. Discarding another Bloodthirsty. Yeah, I mean, you see, I used 2 land destruction there, kind of aggressively. They had 2 basics. Not great, you know, not great. Okay, I guess I won't burn down in this matchup, huh? But I mean, the main issue here too is that they have counter magic for expensive sorceries. So this probably won't resolve because they have make disappear. Yeah, alright, GG. Okay. Maybe I want the egg then, huh? I mean, Bombardment, all fun and games, but it's just like a 6-drop that you have to resolve. Like, Jesus Christ, it's so expensive. Banky boy. Maybe just too slow. Lier does seem nice. Okay, I'll just play Lier. Like, Lier is, I don't know, it's like, has immediate effect. But I guess Lier is also just, it gets countered easily. But I think, like, now that I know their deck, they're playing blue-red, yeah, they're gonna have trouble killing Lier, at least. You know, it's not, yeah. Let's try this. We have Smoldering Egg 2 that already taxes their removal. We'll see. Make Disappear and Disdain for Stroke. Those two are like, ugh. Counter magic. Ugh. This deck is not very prepared against counter magic, I gotta say. It is not. Like, most of our stuff is Sorcerer Speed. We have like these 2 Deluges, I guess. Hermit would be kind of decent in the deck, I suppose. Oh, they drew a basic. Opponents. It's not what you're supposed to do. I can destroy that basics as well. Well, I guess then I do that. They have Spell Pierce? What's up? You know, they just have priority randomly? Ah, because if you target a land, then they get priority. I think that's how it works, yeah. Let's see how many basics you have, huh? Alright, I'm gonna blow that up. And you upkeep. Two basics, you have more? Ah, they don't! Okay, party time! Party time. Expressive. I mean, they can counter it, which is annoying, so I guess I don't want an expressive here. Just want to wait another turn until they don't have make disappear. No favor. Big score. Next turn. This turn is expressive time. Smoldering Egg and Lier. Lier means more Cleansing Wildfires, which I like. Unsurprisingly. But Lier is also very difficult to resolve. The Egg is easier to resolve. I don't know, maybe I should take the Lier there. It's, yeah, it's close. They seem to be sitting on counter magic. I will counter that. Not even that? Not even counter magic? What's going on? I can just make devils here. I guess they have Disdain for Stroke, right? That must be the case. Which is fine. Like, I attack for 4 here, so I think it's worth it. But I guess if they have Fading Hope, I might lose this game. If they have Fading Hope and like Fable, I might get back into it. We also have the Hall though, so that's nice. Kobolink, sure. That's a black card, I guess. I mean, that's good with adversary for sure. Alright, 2 lethal threats, Hall and 4/4 flyer. Blue-red splashing lightly for black discard. At rank 116. It's a cool deck. Wandering Mind. Make disappear makes sense, I guess. In a deck with some dorky creatures that you can sacrifice. But blue-red land destruction on a path of destruction through the mythic ladder. Alright. Let's play one more. I'm enjoying myself. Waiting for the server. Halo is the most valuable resource in New Campana. And while nobody truly knows what it is, everybody knows they want it. Halo can be used as a currency to power up spells, or can be transformed into a tasty beverage. No talk about addiction, huh? No, it's not addictive. Halo. Sounds kind of like a video game drug. I guess a card game drug. Video game, card game. Isn't it all the same? The opulent Park Heights is the uppermost tier of New Capenna, where the streets are paved with literal gold. While crime is rampant even here, it is the only place where you can see something truly rare. The open sky. Have we beaten enough opponents now and we're not getting opponents anymore? Or am I getting paired against the same person again? Have we reached that point? Yeah, we did. It sucks. Okay. Nobody else playing right now. I mean, this hand slowly gets outgrinded, but I mean, I'll keep, I suppose. Not the biggest fan of it, though. This deck might have a little too much red cards, if I may say so. Like, we have all this removal and 4 burn down. That's like a lot. It's a lot. Very, very much. I could blow up a land, but the reason why I don't want to do that is because it actually enables them to cast big score in my end step, in their end step. So they can float the mana, get an untapped land, and then cast big score, which wouldn't be good for me. Now they can cast big score anyways, so no reason for me to do anything or nothing. But you gotta be careful, Feet of Ruin, to not ramp the opponent in a crucial spot. Do I want a big score right now? And they only have one counter up. Nah, I think I'll do it in the upkeep. Let's see. Play counter spells in the main deck, huh? Alright, alright. Make disappears, negates, a lot of counter spells. I got nothing else to do. They can Fading Hope this. Oh, what the heck? Aha. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Ah, that's nice. That's neat. This is good with Kiki Jiki, right? You can just copy it and it constantly counter spells. Hard lock the opponent. Things are getting interesting, but this is scary, so that means they have a lot of counter spells. Pass the turn, I guess. Or do I just kill this? This could turn out sort of bad for me. Really. But they just want me to pay more. Okay. Okay. That's okay. That's a 2 for 2. That's fine. Yeah, this is a good. I mean, this is, yeah. Can't complain about this exchange of things. Interesting. Mascot Exhibition. Ooh, Arcane Bombardment. Cool. They're fading up. Okay. Actually happy that they used it. Because next turn I'm gonna burn down and I don't want them to have fading up in their hand. Yeah. Okay. Slightly annoying. Okay. They don't seem to have any counter magic left. But they have a mascot left. Igneous and Expressive. Not good for me. Okay. Pretty good stuff, opponent. I go to 4. Opponent's been having like 1-2 punches here for the last few turns. Like boom, boom, boom. Lier. Lier. I can Lier Cleansing Wildfire. We can just deploy Bombardment. I probably just deploy Bombardment, right? Yeah. I guess I die against the haste creature. If I play Lier, I wouldn't. Alright. But the upside of having Bombardment out is high. And Lier loses against... I mean, Lier doesn't lose against Bounce, but if they have Bounce there, wouldn't be great. Yeah, I mean, we were just one step behind here in this game against my opponent. My opponent put on too much pressure. Thundering Rebuke, gold span as well. They are all over the place in terms of cards. They have like a variety of threats, various things. Negate doesn't seem that good, honestly. I don't know, like it seems okay. Again, they kind of need the burn downs, but maybe not 4. Oof, I don't know how I win this. I guess I gotta land destruction them earlier than... I don't know, like the egg... I don't even know if the egg is good enough. Maybe on the draw I play the egg. Okay, I mean there's 2 land destructions already. Okay, welcome to the party. Again, doing it in the upkeep because, yeah, in the upkeep is usually the best. Then they can't use like free mana in my end step, for example. They have to use it in their turn. That's why I do it in the upkeep there. It's also, if I wait and I do it end step, then they can float the mana, cast big score. You know. I guess I'll... This is better against Dragon, but Abrade seems like better against almost anything else. I hope I don't die against the Dragon. The thing is, I can prevent them from getting Dragon down for now because I'm destroying their lands. I mean, we know they only have 2 lands, 2 basics, so this Field of Ruin is going to be destruction. Negate. They don't seem to have any instant, huh? At least, and sorry, what I meant to say is they don't have anything proactive. Like they don't have an amalgam and they don't have a big score. So they probably have like make disappears and counter spells of various kinds, strokes, divide disruption, who knows, removal. But they don't have a big score and they don't have an amalgam because they pass priorities so fast. You could see that. So that's just something to note. Kiki is very good in their deck with like Wandering Mind, Adversary. It's certainly a deck that's focused on Kiki. Well, they will counter this Abrade, I assume. They missed the land drop as well, that's not good for them. Am I okay with them countering this Abrade? Maybe actually not. Maybe actually not. Okay, that's a good draw. Okay. I could counter that. Yeah, why not, I guess. Kinda wanna make land drops here. Cleansing Wildfire. First that card's good. Take this to my hand. Take this into exile. Boom. Oh! Oh my god, it's so broken. 2 mana destroy land, draw a card. What the heck? What the heck am I doing, guys? That's really messed up. That's how you win, I guess. Alright, let's try to egg here on the draw. On the draw. Egg and burn down is not the best combo ever. It just seems very difficult to resolve a burn down on a draw, especially. Okay, I don't know. Just hope for a turn 2 egg, or hope for a bunch of land destruction. Okay. I have a bolt, I have a wildfire. I could technically wildfire myself to get that island. 2/2 aggro, okay. I'm gonna draw a card, right? Like, I'm gonna be fine. Doesn't really matter what I destroy. Nice, nice. That's ugly, that's ugly. I guess I'll just kill them both. Yeah, being on a draw, and they have like 2-drop into Fable. Not good. What? Why do you tap your 2 duels? They should float a mana. Always float a mana. Technically speaking, there's no downside to it. Could blow up the land there. Or could cast a Deluge. The mana efficiency is... yeah, it's like... this surely will get countered. Yeah, it's tough. Destroy land, draw a card. Nah, I think I go with Deluge. I want to draw out a counter anyways. Like I'm happy if they counter this Deluge, because then my burn down maybe can sweep the board or something. Or the big score can resolve. And they have another red anyways. Yeah. Could big score in response, but I don't even have like a Disdainful Stroke in my deck. So I can find Fading Hope. I can also let the dragon resolve and then Memory Deluge end of turn. Hope they counter that. And then I can burn down, but I have to draw land as well. Alright, fine. There's a Fading Hope. Okay. They just go to attacks. Yeah, I'm just worried about counter spells. Like if I go burn down here, I mean they have to have a counter spell, and then I can still Fading Hope things, I guess. Why? Oh, I know why. Because they casualty that creature, I see. They will then sack it. Yeah, that's kind of neat, I guess. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I won't pay. Decline. GG. That's too good. Yeah, the Pons deck, especially on the play with that curve out, kinda good against my deck, I feel like. They just had a bunch of counter spells, and the Cleansing Wildfire is just a little too slow, especially if they're like Fable. And then Goldspan. Goldspan is really good against my deck, I feel like. I don't have anything to deal with that card really efficiently, especially like Goldspan counterspell. But what am I doing? Burn down the house. Great. Fading up, not good. Or like just buys me time, but just not good enough. My opponent really put on huge pressure there. And I couldn't really get going with some land drops. Okay. Interesting deck though. Interesting deck for sure. Where is it? Yeah, I would balance this a little bit out. Maybe a little less removal, a little less of that. Arcane Bombardment, a little clunky. I don't know. Maybe a couple less of those. Maybe just one copy. But the rest, I mean, Galvanic Iteration sounds like something to try in a shell like this. And yeah, maybe Maybe you have some Disdainful Strokes in the sideboard, or some Hermits to make your own spells uncounterable. Hermits would have really helped against that opponent. But otherwise, I mean, these Tempted by the Oriq, out of the way, Burning Hands. I'm not a fan of those cards. Like, no. Better Frost and Fire. Like, Sweeper number 5, no. Just, I don't see it. Like, no. It's too much Sweepers. Like, you need a mix of things. But yeah, I mean, this deck. Remember that Junt opponent we just beat in a matter of seconds with like destruction. This deck is kind of cool. So if you already have Izzet laying around, as you in your vault cards in your collection, hey, you can try Izzet PONZA, Cleansing Wildfire, and Field of Ruin people. Why not? All right. In any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing this, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and see you next time. Bye bye.